So now, drum roll please. Now it's time to share the vision of her great vision in Atomy, our one and only star master, Jennifer Lim. Let's give it up for her.
Hello. Hi all. My name is Jennifer Lim, a Star Master in New York. Okay, let me share my screen first. Okay, this one. Okay. You see my...
Yeah. Okay, good.
Okay. Okay. Let me share my story of what is Atomy to me and what is I want through Atomy. I met Atomy through my elder sister. One sec, what happened? Okay. Who had experience with various network marketing. One day in 2010, she came over and gave me a tube of toothpaste and foam cleanser. I expected they would be good since most of network marketing products are pretty good. But the Atomy foam cleanser was a wow. It was so good. The foam was very fine and mild and cleaned so well, but didn't dry up my face. It was incredible. And then I was shocked because of the very low price. So without any hesitations, I became an auto consumer ever since. I considered myself as a very smart consumer. I used to go to 4 different supermarkets for food shopping. Cost efficiency was very, very important to me. And Atomy worked perfectly. Since I kept shopping from Atomy, my sister kept telling me to do the business. She kept bugging me to become an consumer who not only saves but earns money from spending. She tried to talk to me about Atomy business every possible chances she got. Man, she tried everything under the sun, but my answer was always no. I had good reasons to say no. My very first job ever since I immigrated to the United States in January 1989 was a nail technician. I was doing okay, but I couldn't wait to get out of the environment. I was suffering from the chemical allergies. I hated the long business hours, no paid vacations, no benefits whatsoever. But there was no way out since I didn't have any other choices. One day, the same sister took me to a home meeting, which was the famous A Company meeting. I fell in love with the concept. It was my very first encounter with network marketing, but it was fantastic. I thought it could make me rich. So I dragged my husband to do that business who didn't want it from the first place. Next page. So we committed and focused to the business for 4.5 years. We were go-getters. The result was bankruptcy. All the wonderful products were very, very expensive, and the system fees as well. And my 2 sons were small, so we had to hire a baby. That had been bothering me the most was the fact that I couldn't make my downlines to succeed. On the contrary, I felt guilty for them to spend so much money on expensive products and to pay for system fees. So I had sworn never ever do the network marketing anymore. That was my reason to know. So after I quit the A Company business, I went back to school to have a professional career. Of course, I had to continue to work at the nail salon to feed my family while I was going to school. It was a huge challenge for me since I had to work, had to take care of my 2 sons and all the houseworks and study. Always I was running out of time, lack of sleep, and absolutely no time to waste. My face was constantly breaking out from all the stress. My stress level was sky high all the time. 1 semester of language, 4 years of undergraduate, and 2 years of graduate school, total for 6.5 years of battle I endured. And I became a clinical social worker and got a job at an inpatient psych unit as a psychotherapist. It was a very stable job that I loved so much with benefits and union. That was my second reason I wasn't interested in Atomy business. The third reason for me to say no to the business was my daughter. I gave birth to my sons in 12 months apart at my age of 25 and 26. And I gave birth to my daughter at my age of 43. I wanted to enjoy my new life with my precious daughter. But I heard a rumor that my sister was very successful in Atomy and was making more than $10,000 per month. My ears perked up. I got so curious because although she tried very hard with various network marketing, she was never really successful. What is different with Atomy? I got curious. Finally, I attended the one-day seminar for the very first time. 4 years after, I became a loyal consumer. So if you have anyone who is not interested in business but continues to use Atomy product, don't ever give them up. You never know. My sister let me sit on the first row, which made me very, very uncomfortable, but I paid full attention to the seminar. My first impression was it was too good to be true. I thought it couldn't be. I couldn't believe it. How on earth the company survives with that kind of marketing plan? If it's true, it was a mega jackpot to me. So I decided to start the business right there then. Let me tell you about the very attractive marketing plan briefly. See, Atomy is an internet shopping mall that sells daily necessary products of Atomy of absolute quality at absolute price. As an auto consumer for the past 4 years, I was already confident about the products. The reason I call Atomy marketing plan a righteous one is that anybody can succeed in Atomy, even if you don't have any previous experience of MLM. And it doesn't require any special ability, no capital. It has zero risk, nothing to lose, no joining fees, no website fee, no monthly requirement, no ownership whatsoever, no investments. Scott explained well. It is very fair. It provides the equal opportunities because of income ceiling. It doesn't matter when you've started. It's like a marathon, like Scott marathons, he does that. A marathon you win as long as you complete. No time pressure. It's a true global business. You don't need to physically go to another country to have a group in that country. You don't need any additional membership code in that country, like another other network marketings. It's a one-server business. It's a true one-server business. It's a residual income since consumers will continue to use our products due to absolute quality and absolute price. Grace mentioned about it, whether they are interested in the business or not. It is inherited up to 3 generations. There are a lot of people who are inherited already. By the way, one of my partners was inherited of her son's Atomy code since he was never married before he was deceased. She's in her 80s, right? And is enjoying Hemohim and everything about Atomy so much. She's in Seattle, so Bill knows her, Jay, Peter, Scott, they know about her, who I'm talking about. It is unlimited accumulation and unlimited level. It's a binary system. So people, your sponsors join or your partners join are all under you. You don't have to join all those people all by yourself. That's why everybody can be successful in Atomy as long as they continue to work together. How incredible is this? There was no reason not to do this business. Look at other company structures. Even non-network marketing companies like Amazon or Samsung, any traditional companies, most of the money goes to the top few people, and the rest of people share the teeny tiny money. That's why ordinary working class can never become rich. Despite the fact that the majority people on the bottom work the most and hardest. But the Atomy has the ceiling. Once you reach 50 million points per day, your general commission stays the same. No matter when you started, as long as your daily group PV reaches 50 million, our general commission is exactly the same. The monthly income will be about $100,000. It will continue for the rest of your life and will be inherited to the next 2 generations. Isn't it enough? $100,000 per month. It's enough for me. Imagine, what do you want with that $100,000 every month for the rest of your life? What kind of things you can do with that much money? How nice it will be. Absolutely no risk. So I didn't hesitate at all. My husband and I were like competing each other. We shared the good news like crazy and recruited all our friends and family. Meanwhile, those 3 reasons not to do Atomy business already turned upside down to the reason I wanted to succeed in Atomy. Yes, my life was stable, but I was sick and tired of the paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. We all live once. Why I wanted to live my best life too. He can do it. She can do it. Why not me? There are so many things I wanted to provide to my children. These are my children, except Daniel. I wanted to show the whole world to them. I started to have hope, and I felt confident to prove that network marketing works if the company is righteous like Atomy. Since Atomy marketing kind of force you to help your partners to succeed in order for you to succeed. That's why anybody can succeed in Atomy. Why Atomy? What makes Atomy different from other MLM? Because of marketing plan? Other company can copy Atomy marketing plan, but it won't work. The difference Atomy from other MLM is our CEO, Mr. Hangil Park. He's one of a kind. He's very special. I was lucky, so I got shingles as soon as I started Atomy business. Up until then, I was using all Atomy products except supplements because I was traumatized with very expensive supplements from a company. Shingles made me to take Atomy probiotics and Hemohim. I did intake Hemohim and put it on the rash. I was completely cured from shingles exactly in 2 weeks from the beginning to the end. I was even more lucky to watch our CEO's VOD of Balanced Life and Life Scenario during the sick leave. I was so excited from the lecture. His lecture was very well organized for me to plan how I live my life, well balanced. I've never heard anybody talk like that. I was completely blown away by his lecture. I watched our CEO and Dr. Lee's lecture for the entire week on my sick leave. I couldn't even sleep since I was so excited, but I wasn't tired at all. When I attended my very first Success Academy, I volunteered of Hemohim testimonial sharing. That's how excited I was. I highly encourage you to write down your life scenario and keep updating it. If you don't know what you want from your life, ask yourself, what is your happiness scale? If your happiness scale is 10 and your life scenario chain is big circle, you don't need to do Atomy business. Just remain as a consumer for absolute products. If you are not sure, think about 3 things. What do I want to have? What do I want to do? What do I want to become? Or if you are finally financially comfortable, think about this case. What if your only brother or sister becomes sick and can't work? If he or she asks for help, how much can you help? 300? 500? Or 1,000? For how long? It's not easy to last with active income. It's much easier to help with passive residual income. If your happiness scale is not 10 and you know what you want, I believe Atomy is the best tool to assist you to achieve your goals. Why Atomy? It's the power of duplication. You don't do it alone. Nobody succeeds alone. The power of duplication is so powerful and incredible. You can't imagine. I didn't become the Leaders Club member because of my ability. If I had the ability, I should have become successful when I was much younger and when I was more energetic with a company. The reason I succeed in Atomy is the absolute company system. My amazing sponsors, my fantastic partners like you guys, and continuum of duplication. The power of duplication. I really appreciate and never forget this. I remember it every single day. The reason people often lose their umbrella is that they want umbrella so badly when it rains, but it becomes a bothersome as soon as the rain stops. I know the law of nature, that someday it will rain again. So I don't forget to appreciate the umbrella and take good care of my umbrella. So you need to stay in the system. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Even the Bible says so. We work as a team. We work together globally. I strongly believe the power of posting. All the milestones in Atomy I've achieved before the date I aimed. You need to write down your goals and post it and read it aloud every day. If you dream vividly, they come true. So by July 2024, which will be 10th anniversary that I studied Atomy with my husband, I'll become Imperial Master. That's my goal, and I wrote it down, post it, and read it loud. Try to remember every single day. There are two indicators I predict. Some partners will succeed quickly and some will take a while. The first indicator is how badly they love Atomy products. The next indicator is how much they plug into the system. If you don't love the products, how will you promote them to your consumers? If you don't attend meetings and seminars, how will you promote your partners to attend seminars? Then why some people succeed in Atomy, but some people don't? Do you want to know why? We are granted with the absolute benefits from Atomy equally. They are absolute products, absolute system. All members pay the same price for products, whether you joined today or 10 years ago, no matter your mastership. Many companies charge different price based on their level. And Atomy meetings are all free for center meetings, one-day seminars, even Success Academy nowadays, because we are doing online. So we all have the absolute products on one hand and the absolute system on the other hand. What we need to do is to become an absolute Atomian. As long as we become absolute Atomian, we can make the absolute success. The field is the desperate wish and dream. That's all it takes. Triangle is the most stable shape, you know. So what to do in order to become an absolute Atomian? 8 steps to success is a must. That is the basic. And you need to be humble to learn everything about Atomy. You need to forget about everything you knew before Atomy. The disease name called know-it-all is very difficult to treat. In order to succeed in Atomy, you need to think like Atomians, you need to speak like Atomians, and you need to behave like Atomians. You need to assimilate like senior successful Atomians. Next thing is edification. You need to edify the company, edify the products, edify the system, edify the CEO, edify your sponsors, and edify your partners. If you don't like your sponsors personally, that's okay. Find something to edify, because everyone has some strengths and nobody is perfect. You have some weakness too. I have some weakness and you have some sickness too. And empathy is the key in relationship. Providing empathy to your partners and consumers will empower your group. You also need to adjust your environment easier for Atomy business. I decided to leave the hospital and changed my job to the health insurance company so that I could work from home. Since I'm a clinical social worker, I could talk to my patients over the phone. Think about how to adjust your environment. And you need to be accountable to your partners and consumers. The last thing I want to emphasize is delayed gratification and family sacrifice. I dropped all my hobby, church activities, community volunteer work to focus and commit to Atomy. I even dropped my daughter's extracurricular after I explained my plans to her. Of course, your hobby, community volunteer work, travel, church activities are very, very important. But if you are continuing everything you are doing, When will you have time to do business? Let's say if you open the restaurant, what is the business hours? Will you continue all your hobby and activities while you are running the restaurant? Of course not, right? You need to focus and all in for a few years, and then you can enjoy all the hobby and activities when you have financial and time freedom. Just delay for a few years until you enter the Leaders Club. Atomy will pay off. When we took my daughter to the Sharon Rose promotional vacation to Bahama cruise, she was so happy. When we took her to Hawaii for Star Master promotion trip, she was even more happy and asked me, "Mom, when are you going to become Oil Master?" Because she's waiting for the next promotional trip to Europe cruise. Please remember 8 head. To me, Atomy vision is meaningful life. We are all granted a candle as we register as an Atomy member. It's all up to you whether you light it or not. This candle never dies because it is inherited to the 3rd generation. Once I light the flame on my candle, I'm the first one who benefits from the light. And people around me will benefit from the light. When we share the light, more people and more people around them will benefit from it. What a beautiful thing is that. Although I share my light doesn't get smaller. At the same time, I grow and mature from sharing. When I was working with mentally ill people, I thought clinical social worker is my mission. I think mentally ill people are the poorest people. If you are physically ill, friends and family care for you. But if you are mentally ill, many friends and even family leave you. I've seen that so much. I wanted to help them so badly, but there was a limitation due to mental hygiene rules and regulations in the United States. I realized that Atomy could be the solution and way out for my families and many families. Many people get divorced due to financial problems. Some families don't even see each other because of money issues. Even good friends don't see each other anymore because of money problem. And some people even try to give up their lives because of money. Think about it. I feel very rewarded when I see many families find hope in Atomy and their lives are getting balanced through Atomy. Atomy is our mission. Each one of us mission is different through Atomy. I hope you find your mission. Let's share the light of Atomy with the whole world. Absolute quality, absolute price, absolute system, absolute company, absolute CEO. It will lead to customer success. It's our success. And let's meet at the top. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Wonderful. Great job.
wonderful.
Thank you.